Welcome back to episode 9 of Mr. Mortgage's Neighborhood. Tonight our first guest is Drew Ruggieri from Angel Oak Wholesale?
Angel Oak Mortgage Solutions.
Angel Oak Mortgage Solutions. Drew is one of the people that bails us out when we can't close a loan here at the office. Drew comes in to save the day with his bank that he represents. But before we get too deep into that, let's talk about Drew Ruggieri 15 years ago in the mortgage industry, however it is when you wandered into this magnificent business of mortgages.
Well, 15 years turned into 23 years for me. So I started very similar to you as a loan officer, calling all my sphere of influence, family, friends, then transitioned into, again, similar path of you, Mr. Mortgage, team manager, and then on into wholesale. When the great meltdown of 2007 came.
The implodometer.
Was back into retail again. So I've been in retail for the majority of my career. So I'd say the past 3 years I've been in the wholesale space, 2.5 with my current company.
And you guys are, subprime is a dirty word, so we can't say subprime, and you're not subprime. Now the buzzword in the industry is non-QM.
Yes.
So for the mortgage novice, what's the difference between old school subprime and now non-QM?
So there's the two main differences. Back in the day, as they say, you would really not have to put anything down as a down payment, as they call in our business, the skin in the game. You could get into a house as long as your credit score met the requirements. You can get into the house for nothing.
125 LTV.
Oh boy.
Home equity loans, remember that?
That was crazy. So nowadays, our average credit score right now is in the 730 range, and our average loan to value, meaning the equity someone has in their home, is about 26%. So the difference is, people are invested in the properties, credit's a lot better. But we help all kinds, kind of, as they say, outside of the box.
Yeah, and subprime traditionally was a little more, for lack of a better term, of like the dirty loans. You know, what I tend to be referring to you are the people that are probably really good credit and probably really good cash flow, but not necessarily the greatest on the books tax return kind of borrower. That's normally the 12 month to 24 month bank statement loan.
Exactly. Or, that's our sweet spot.
Or the investor who's got 5 rental properties, and of course they depreciate, of course they write off, but so it looks like they make $1.27, but they really are good paying landlords.
Exactly. So we call it we're serving the underserved. The individuals who fall between the cracks. It's 2022. The traditional, I'm going to go to work, I'm going to work 40 hours a week, I'm a W-2 employee. That is, the trend is fading. There's lots of gig works. Everybody's doing DoorDash and Uber and everything under the sun. And that is difficult to document on the traditional side. Business owners. They have great credit, they run a business, but they get the luxury of writing off some of their income. So not giving them the ability to qualify for their traditional loan. That's where we step in. Alternate ways of documenting their ability to repay the loan.
And you also do, which we spoke about when you were here last week, the ITIN loans.
Yes.
Which are another loan that is not available through Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac.
Exactly. So there's individuals, again, that kind of slip through the crack. Individuals here in the country who are working, they got steady jobs, they pay their taxes, but the federal government, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA, VA, those individuals can't qualify for those types of loans. We step in, we're serving and giving them the ability to purchase a home, live the American dream.
Nice. So if you were another loan officer out there watching this and they wanted to get in touch with you, how would a loan officer reach out to you to try to bring them in to get some products for that?
Well, they can certainly give me a call. Phone number is 856-498-3731. That's probably the best way to get a hold of me. If you're outside of the Delaware Valley, give me a call. I'll put you in touch with one of the representatives from our company. And it's really within a 5 or 10 minute conversation, we can figure out if your borrower, or we can help your borrower with a type of loan.
Nice. Okay, so outside of work, outside of 9 to 5 Drew, what does Drew Ruggieri do to warm his spirit or take his time when he's on the weekend or whatever?
Absolutely. So a family man, married, 3 kids, love to spend time with my wife, my kids. Like everybody out there nowadays, my kids are into sports, so we're here, we're there. Personally, love watching movies, love listening to music, work out as much as I possibly can. Things get in the way, but yeah, pretty good stuff.
Nice, nice. And one business question that I forgot to ask you that I have to. With all the change in environment and the crazy interest rates and the shift, how has that affected your day-to-day business and what you see coming in?
So it's actually let's say an adverse effect, but it's a reverse effect for someone on the kind of traditional side. So when traditional rates, conventional rates kind of rise, most of the refinances that people were doing or thinking about doing kind of go away, which in then turns loan officers to figure out, I have to be able to close more loans, so they expand their view, which again is a perfect opportunity to give me a call, and those loans that they were too busy for possibly, or they go talking with more people from their sphere of influence.
Sure.
Saying, hey, I have these different out-of-the-pocket loan programs for the guy who runs the pizza shop, or the lady who owns the flower store. So my business is kind of taking an uptick.
Nice.
Which I'm very happy about.
Yeah, so when the low-hanging fruit goes away, Drew's phone rings a lot more. You know?
It does.
That's awesome. That's great. All right, here's your personal question. You could have a person, alive or dead, play you 2 songs. Who would it be? Who would the musician be? And what would the 2 songs be that you would want to experience live?
Whew. Does that have to be the same person?
No.
So, as I said, I love music, love going to concerts. Would have loved to see the Beatles.
Okay.
Any of their songs. John Lennon, Let It Be, maybe.
Okay.
And before, I would love to see The Who.
Okay.
I have a very wide.
They're playing tomorrow night.
Are they?
Yeah, they're
Where?
playing at the Wells Fargo Center.
No. I guess I better go.
Yes, there you go. There's your answer. I just granted your wish for you on this gorgeous neighborhood. Awesome, Drew. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you so much.
We'll be right back with the next guest. Welcome back to the neighborhood, boys and girls. Our next guest is one of the newest employees here at Envoy Mortgage, Alan Anton. Alan, welcome to the neighborhood.
Great, Jim. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. So tell all the boys and girls out in the neighborhood a little bit about Alan Anton before Envoy Mortgage. Maybe take it back to your first steps in the mortgage industry and a little bit of your progression through your life.
Excellent. Well, I've been in the mortgage business now for 20 years. I started in May of 2002 at PHH Mortgage in Mount Laurel, New Jersey, just like a lot of people in the industry. So cut my teeth probably for about 5 years on the sales floor. And made some pretty good money, made some great connections, really learned a lot about the mortgage business, products and process and everything else. That just led me, got a little bit monotonous after a couple of years, just kind of answering the phone. So I became a trainer in the company. It was a great position for me, so I got comfortable, presenting in front of people. I became one of the primary trainers to train our loan officers that came in from throughout the country, and I trained them on our systems, our processes, our procedures. So to be in sales originally, to train salespeople, I just always had an itch to sell again. So about 08 or 09, I went out to work at Century 21, Coldwell Banker ERAs in Central Jersey. They gave me a little territory up there. And it was before they had a Philly pretzel factories in every corner. It was like the first one in Morristown. I would grab these pretzels, go up to Central Jersey. They thought they were the best things ever. They called me the pretzel guy. I wish they called me the mortgage guy, but I literally got business from that. Back in the day, you used to walk in places, have a rate sheet, have flyers, and business was just done differently. I had $1 million pipelines in 08,
Sure.
just from doing that. So again, I had kids in 2011, always been a family guy. So I decided to be a trainer again for about 2.5 years, but I told my wife once the kids got a little bit older, I'd want to get out and be a commissioned salesperson again. So about 4 years ago, I got back into the business on my own. I've done a couple of different things. I worked with a developer for a little bit, and sold hard money loans, and then just trying to be realtor based for the last couple of years and grow my business through personal network, my friends, my family, some great referral partners like realtors, CPAs, and that brings me to Envoy Mortgage here
Nice.
just a couple of months ago.
It's funny, before I got into the mortgage industry, I was a high school teacher.
Okay.
And the place that I went to with my students was PHH with I was a business education teacher,
Yeah.
so we went there for like a DECA thing. And I remember walking in there and like, it was the craziest thing I'd ever seen in my life. They had their own internal food court. They had like
It was.
a cleaner service.
Yeah.
They wanted you literally to be at your desk and not have to move and do anything. They had people to come in to pick up your dry cleaning.
Sure
You
did.
went in, they had like the 5 different restaurants and the cafeteria. It was literally like a mall. They had the spin,
Yeah, the
football,
bubble hockey,
foosballs, and
foosball,
bubble hockey and everything
Pool
around.
table.
I was like, this place is awesome.
It was a lot of
And
fun.
I had no clue I was going to get into the mortgage industry then. But the funny thing was, it looked like everything was great. And then I turned the corner and there was a cubicle, and there was a note on the cubicle, and it said, "Dear former team player, please report to Human Resources to pick up your box with your belongings." And
That
I
was
was
the
like,
brown box that was notorious.
I was
there,
like,
unfortunately.
damn, they are cutthroat here. Maybe it's not all kinds of Taco Bell and everything else going on. So you talked about your last little bit in the industry. So you just recently chose to come on board with Envoy. What are some of the things that stuck out to you when you were looking around and interviewing that made you choose Envoy as your new home?
Yeah, no, great question. Really, a lot of it was you. Jim, just the culture you've kind of built here. It's a give first mentality. I went to a couple places to interview, and just walking in here, it felt like it kind of was a family. People seem, in the pit we call it, people seem to be enjoying themselves working here. And it's not just all about getting loans, it's about helping others, helping our real estate partners. And that's really what drew me here first. And then just to understand all the resources we have to assist our marketing partners. So I'm just not here to ask for deals from my partners, I'm asking how I can help you first. Because if I can help my partners grow their business, then down the line, the business will come to me as well. So it's the resources we have here, like this Ask Mr. Mortgage. This is a fantastic idea. The access to Topgolf and network and meet new people that way. The resources we have to help our real estate agent partners, like mailers, email campaigns, postcards. We have in-house Cole, Eshelman here, our in-house coordinator. So just so many reasons, and these resources, to help people and to bring people in and help them grow their business.
Nice. Well, we're glad to have you. What really do you like most about the business? You've been in it for 20 years, and some people that have been doing something for 20 years are just like, I don't know what the heck else I would do. But you've made a choice to stay in the business. What do you like most about it?
Well, sometimes it sounds cliche. I really just love helping people buy homes or achieve the dream of home ownership, because it's just not easy doing a mortgage anymore. But I really like helping people, and the cliche part, I guess, is I really don't feel like I work a day in my life, because I really enjoy what I do. And what we just spoke about is not just helping the borrowers, find their dream home and get the keys in the hand and get to that closing table and share that on social media, like that biggest purchase of their life. It's also what we just spoke about, is helping the referral partners grow their business, and that's what it is. It's not just helping the borrowers, it's helping others, and that's really what it's all about.
All right, and outside of work, not the 9 to 5, the 5 to 10 Alan Anton, what do you do with your free time, and what do you do to fill your heart and fill those other hours of the week?
No, great question. So I said earlier, I'm a family guy. I just always wanted a family. I have soon-to-be 11-year-old twins, AJ and Victoria. So I'm really involved in my community, coaching my kids' sports. I'm the coach of the rec team. rec baseball team, so they're a couple days a week. I'm always taking my son to practices, so we're at the baseball field about 5 nights a week here. And they're both played soccer now. We went to the Union game last night with a bunch of Mount Laurel soccer kids, and just a great, I really just love being with my family. We go on a lot of adventures to theme parks and things like that. So just really that, and just besides that is just really, staying physically fit and physically active, playing basketball with you guys and stuff like that. I found running to be a great routine for me, and so that's a couple of things that I do.
Nice, nice. All right, here's your personal question. You wake up tomorrow morning and you won $5 million. What's the first thing you're going to buy with your $5 million?
I thought about this question if I would say something like give it to whatever, but and a lot of people know that I have, my dream is to just get that new home.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what I would do for my family. It's, not just to have the prestige of a big house. It's, I just wanted to have the big house with the basement, maybe a pool in the backyard, and grow my family there. So that's really what I would do first.
Awesome, man. That was what I thought there. That was too easy. Thanks for coming to the neighborhood now.
It's my pleasure.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me.
We'll be right back with the next guest, Mr. Mortgage Neighborhood. Welcome back to the neighborhood, boys and girls. Our next guest is Andrew O'Brien with Vantage Real Estate. You are the business development manager.
That's correct.
The new business development manager.
Yes,
He's
sir.
moving and shaking over there, and also a fellow Harvest member.
Absolutely.
Someone who's in one of the networking groups that I have that has. We've done 75 hard together.
Yeah,
We've
man.
gone through the whole thing. So
Yeah, man.
someone who I've gotten close to over the past year. Let's talk a little bit about your life before, because you have a really interesting life. We've
Yeah.
had a couple of conversations about it.
For sure.
Talk a little bit about younger Andrew O'Brien and the road that you traveled to get here right now with Vantage.
Yeah, for sure. I'll tell you the journey, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate you having me, by the way.
Thank you.
So I was in the food business 21 years. Every aspect you can think of.
I hate the food business. I don't know if I told you that when I every time someone says the food business, I go.
I love cooking growing up. I love
Yeah,
kind
I
of
love-
like
I
making
love
people
cooking.
happy. That's what got me into. That's what got me into it.
Yeah.
So I was in the business a long time. I was graduated restaurant school at One Oak College, a business degree in restaurant management in 2003, and just kind of followed that. Had different aspects of being in the business, and ended up being the chef for the 76ers. 2009, I was offered that opportunity, and I was their chef for almost 5 years.
Nice.
Built up the company. We had multiple. We did sports catering, a lot of cool stuff we did. It was it was an awesome run. It really was. It was passion and something I'd love to do.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice. And now, when we first met, you were doing insurance.
That's correct. Yes.
And how did you jump from the insurance world to the commercial residential real estate world?
Yeah. So I'll tell you, man. I've always been really interested in real estate. Jen. So a lot of times, especially my mom, like people in my life would say, "Oh, you should get involved in real estate." The personality. I was really like into it. Business in the food business kind of took over when I was running my company. I really just didn't have the time to go and get licensed or anything like that. So 2021, I put on my business vision board that I wanted to achieve my license in real estate.
Nice.
A good friend of mine was with my company that I'm a part of now, and he set up drinks with our CEO and Leo Arhimo, and I met him, and I've told this story 2,000 times.
Nice.
I just really connected with him. I heard about the company ahead of time, the vision, how he built it, his character, who he was, and by the end of that, he offered me the position. I'm like, I already was in before he offered it.
Right.
So it's been one of the best decisions.
Now, not to be mean to anyone who does insurance, but insurance sounds like a pretty boring gig. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
I love Tyler. He's one of my
that's
favorite
my
people
man.
in the
That's
world.
my man, yeah.
One of my favorite people in the world. Been on the show, but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
that just seems like, you know.
I tell you, it's funny. I always say, like, whenever I tell my story, my journey of business, whatever, I always say I liked insurance, I didn't love it.
Yeah.
But that's kind of, but you're exactly right. Tyler does an incredible job.
Yeah, he does.
What he does,
He does so much. I mean, he's a master marketer. He does all that, and I guess he does so much that he's almost removed from the insurance side of things. He's got other people to do the.
It's true.
The boring
You're doing
insurance
business with
stuff.
Tyler. Right?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
For sure.
For sure. So, how did you stumble upon the harvest, and talk a little bit about how the harvest has helped you and
Absolutely,
developed your life?
Yeah,
Sure.
so, well, first and foremost, I'm down over a little over 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Doing 75 hard, we
Yep.
talked about.
Yep.
Changing lifestyle. It's been one of the best decisions I've ever made. Being part of Harvest, the family members I built in there, the friendships, the opportunities. how I stumbled upon it was I've known Devin, I actually know Justin Deal, who's already an Arborist member for a long time. He introduced me to Devin years back when I had my food company.
Yep.
And we did it, Devin was doing a give back to in Camden, I believe,
Yeah,
Camden,
that's what I
Jersey.
said.
And we brought some food down, our company brought some food down, I connected with him, and we stayed in touch ever since. And he's a guy, building his brand, kind of doing what he says every day, watching him over the years. And I was at a point in my business career, I was, not real happy with what I was doing, and I, talked to him, and I talked to him about wanting to join like a coaching community of some sort, and he kind of told me what he was doing, and I already was a yes to him because I knew he was a guy that did what he said.
Right.
So one of the best decisions I've ever made.
Yeah. It's crazy. I was at a networking event this morning, and I was trying to explain to them about the harvest, and it's just so different than BNI and all the other stuff
For sure.
that's there. It's like
Multiple layers.
It's like a personal development group, and it works the opposite way. It's like you work on yourself with a group of people, and because you get so close to that group of people, you wind up doing business with them.
For sure.
Because you like them.
For sure.
Where, when I go to a lot of the networking groups that I go to, there's this pressure to do business with the people that are there, and it's like a forced environment where the harvest is like there's 100 awesome people that are there, and I want to do. I'm not forced to do business with anyone.
Absolutely.
I want to do business with them. I want to invest into them. So
I agree with
it's
you.
also been one of the real awesome things that we've done. So let's talk about 1 year from now, 2023, May 18th-ish, whatever it is. Where is Andrew O'Brien? Where's your goals for the next 365, and what do you want to accomplish?
Oh man, it's well, first of all, I'm fortunate to be part of Vantage that already had an established brand, but be able to take that to the moon on all three company levels is something that excites me. So I want to build out my team, business development manager for all three of our companies, Vantage Commercial Brokerage, Vantage Residential Brokerage, Vantage Commercial Property Management. Build out my team, build the brand more on top of what it is. And just take them to new heights and new levels and really build a huge presence on the PA side. On the New Jersey side, we have a very large presence, but really build our presence on the PA side. Just that's where I see it.
Over the bridge, sure.
Absolutely.
Now, we didn't talk about it as much, but you just mentioned it. So I knew Vantage as a commercial outlet.
Yes.
But you also do property management as well as now you do residential.
Correct. Yes.
Real estate.
Yes.
So that's a big thing. If somebody's out there, there's a lot of realtors that watch the show. There's a lot of people in the industry that watch the show. If you're looking for something that's a little different as far as the commercial residential side goes, they would contact you.
Absolutely,
right?
yeah. And Vantage, our property management company, is specific to commercial properties.
Okay.
Because there was a need for it from our commercial brokerage, and with our brand having the recognition that it does, we started that company.
Okay. Now, if someone has a portfolio of 17 rental properties, is that something you guys manage as well?
Absolutely.
Or only?
We'll take a look at it. We actually have an affiliate with our company.
Okay.
But we'll take a look at it. If we can execute for the client, we'll take it on. If we can't, we'll set them up the right individuals that can.
I like it. All right, so now we're getting out of the 9 to 5, Andrew. We're going into the 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. or 11 p.m., Andrew.
Yeah, man.
What do you do on your free time? What warms your heart? What makes the brain race? And what do you do for fun?
Well, first and foremost, being a father. Like I love my son and daughter, Roman in Brooklyn. I love that. I love them with all my heart. Love, first and foremost, hanging out with them when I have them.
Nice.
Working out for sure. I can tell you, business is definitely a sport to me.
Sure.
I love sports on top of working out too, so whenever I have the opportunity to do that. Love cooking still.
Yeah.
I really enjoy cooking. That's why I got into the business originally. So get into that, hanging out with family, going to the gym, but also, I'm always on.
Yeah.
When it comes to business too. So that's something I consider like a sport as well. So
Fair.
that's something I enjoy doing.
How do you relax? How do you take it back? How do you turn it down?
Oh man, I just all different types. I'm a person that tries stuff. So yoga I did with my team a couple months ago.
I like that.
Right? And just kind of just relax and kind of do. We go to the beach. I love the beach. I'm the type of guy. It's different when you have young kids, but I'm the type of guy all day long. Love to hang on the beach. But just kind of go into my own. It's something I'm working on too. Kind of go in my own mind and just kind of mellow out and relax wherever that may be.
I like it. I like it. No 5 a.m. basketball in the future.
Yeah, for
right
sure.
Now? For
sure. I'm actually struggling a little bit with my foot today, but yeah, grew up playing basketball. In my neighborhood, it was like you played to this. The lights went out in Lansdowne, Pennsylvania. I grew up, and it was something that I have a big passion for. And I love playing.
I suck at basketball. I don't. Did you ever play when I played? Did we
I don't-
play?
I don't
the
think
two
so,
times
yeah.
you showed up, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm horrible.
Yeah.
I'm the Caucasian Dennis Rodman. You know what I mean? I got 6 fouls and 6 rebounds and set
Yeah.
screens everywhere we can go.
That's great.
Don't shoot. I don't ever shoot.
Yeah.
Like even
Facilitator.
putbacks, I pass them out to the 3-point line. But
I'm the guy that's going to give it everything he got. Probably not going to put it in my hands on the last shot.
Mhm.
You know,
No.
I make it 2 out of 10 times, but I'll give it everything I have.
yeah,
You know,
I will set the screen for the dude that hits the game-winning shot. That's
love
my
it.
game.
Yeah,
You know
man.
what I mean?
Yeah, man.
All right, so now we're going with your personal question.
Okay.
You wake up tomorrow and a little fairy angel comes in front of you and says, you can go right now to any sporting event that ever happened in the history of the world. You can see one event and you can bring one person with you. What event do you want to go to and who do you want to bring?
1,000%. 2000, when the Birds won the 2017 Super Bowl,
Super Bowl?
and my father passed in 2016,
Ooh.
and I would bring him with me.
Awesome.
1,000%.
That is such a good
question.
idea. I got a
Yeah.
little chilly
Yeah,
right
man.
there when you said that. Awesome. Thank you so
Oh,
much
man.
for coming
Thank
to
you
the
so much for
neighborhood,
having me, bro. It was
Andrew.
awesome.
We will be right back with the next guest in Mr. Mortgage's neighborhood.